Hello, this is Justin Fortin, and this is my video blog reflection on the EDU 520 Digitally Mediated Teaching and Learning. This week we were tasked to learn a little bit more about the use of multimedia tools in the classroom, kind of diving into video blogs and video presentations and so much more tips and tricks on how to really utilize this to your advantage while teaching in an online setting. Some of the key takeaways that I found this week are digital media and effective online presentation. So what does this mean? You know, you can go all day talking during a presentation, but how will people absorb your material? That's kind of the key question here. You want to make your lessons fun and engaging to catch the attention of the viewer. You don't want people being bored sitting through your presentation and not knowing what's going on. You want them to leave with critical ideas and information that they could take away and utilize in their own presentation. Creating video to assist in your delivery of material. Creating a video to supplement in-person material could be beneficial. Even if you're in the room with the students, showing them a video of something you created is going to allow them to be more engaged because it's something that they're not used to. Maybe it's a demonstration of something or a review of some sort. That will really help to capture their attention. You can also create other forms of digital media like slideshows, movies, and podcasts. I personally have a podcast for one of my classes. It's called the EMT Course Review Podcast, and I use it for my students to help them study. I would do a different topic once in a while and just talk about the topic for 15 to 20 minutes, and it allows them to go back after their 4-hour lecture and just review for 20 minutes the things that we've talked about during that day. It really helps them to just take a break, review, and just listen to what's going on rather than trying to read through the whole chapter again or watch the entire PowerPoint again and things like that. Make your presentation clear and concise. A lot of people don't know how to do this. They tend to put a ton of words on their slides, and they really try hard to put all their material in on a few slides. What you should be doing is simplifying this. You should not have a lot of words on a slide. Instead, you should use pictures and graphics and then talk about them by reading from a script or just talking off the top of your head, things like that. The other thing is you never want too many slides. There are some PowerPoints and presentations that are 100 slides, and you may find yourself just clicking through, and you don't want to just click through. You want to be able to talk a little bit about each slide without taking too much time to get through your presentation. Social media in the classroom, hot topic of the day. Social media has become so much more widely used as we've gone through our changes in society. I put a few social media sites on this page that you may benefit from using. The first one here is Twitter. You're thinking probably, how can I use Twitter to teach my students, or how can I use Twitter in a classroom setting? Well, you can post class updates. If you have an exam coming up, you can go ahead and post that, hey guys, don't forget you got an exam on Friday. And now people that are following that Twitter page know, oh, I forgot about this, but we have an exam coming up. You can also share information pertaining to that week's lesson. So if you're doing a lesson on, let's just talk about history. If you're doing a lecture on history, you're talking about the Civil War. Well, on Twitter, you can go ahead and post quotes from famous people during the Civil War, and you can post different links to websites and pages so that you can engage the students a little bit more and they can learn on their own time in a more fun way. Another one I have on here is YouTube. YouTube allows you to create videos for your students to reflect on at home, and it also allows them to review some of the material you're presenting. You want to create it more for a study tool for an upcoming test rather than an entire lecture. While you can make an entire lecture on YouTube, it gets pretty boring after a while, so the best thing to do is record bits and pieces of a lecture or a review in general so that someone's not sitting at a computer for 3 hours, it's only 30 minutes. PowerPoint, Nearpod, and Prezi. I am very familiar with PowerPoint and Nearpod, but Prezi I've seen in the past as well work really nicely. With PowerPoint, you can voice over like I'm doing right now. With Prezi, you get to go in and out of different slides and like a pathway, which is pretty cool. And Nearpod is a new one that I've discovered and really started using with my students, and it allows me to add in interactive activities during the PowerPoint. So every student signs on their own computer with a special code that I give them for that day, and they get to follow along with my PowerPoint while I'm presenting, and then a poll might come up and they have to answer the poll, or maybe an open-ended question comes up and they have to do a question. I can add in videos, I can add in web pages and downloadable links so that they can get all of the material I want them to have without having to print 1,000 copies and handing them all out. If you take away one piece of information from this short reflection, it should be that you should use digital media to your advantage. Even if the students don't realize it, you want to make the use of digital media beneficial to you. Maybe make it seem like, hey guys, we're going to use Twitter, it's going to be so much fun. In reality, you're getting them to learn more than they think. And they think that you're just using Twitter because you're trying to be hip and cool and all of these things. But you're actually helping them learn more. Make them submit assignments through different platforms. Maybe one day they need to do a video blog and talk about a topic they're doing in class. Or maybe they have to do a PowerPoint like this with a voiceover and things like that. Obviously, we've seen that during COVID and quarantine, we have to recognize that we don't always see our students in person. So using digital media allows you to stay in contact with your students, still see them, still participate with them and interact with them. So you really want to make sure that you're using this to your advantage, making it so that you can help educate students, which is why we're all here. And then also you can really just focus on having the students learn more than what they expect. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and until next time, Justin Fortin.